So here we are, we're at the Tour. We're just making our way over through the lagoon to meet up with Paul Rodriguez and Don Pendleton, do the little interview here, talk about the Green Label Art Shop series and what it was like when these guys came together, and you know what you can learn by their experience.
Commercial, I want to at least portray the skateboarding that I fell in love with growing up.
So what's up? This is Joe, stillnotsponsored.com, Pro Perspective, and we're here with a very special guest, somebody that has reached a certain level of not only skating but in career in general that very few ever reach a superstar status, and we're very fortunate to be in the room. Thanks to the people at the Green Label Art Shop Experience, we have this opportunity to sit down with Mr. Paul Rodriguez, P-Rod. You've seen him on TV, you've seen him in the video, you've seen him in the magazine. I mean, he's been everywhere lately. This guy's a superstar. So, dude, thank you for taking time to kick it with us.
Pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on Still Not Sponsored.
Dude, you just plugged SNS, dude. All right, you're my homie then. All right, tight, dude.
You got it.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate that. Well, we wanted to do something kind of special for this. Normally, I come up with the questions off my head, and we just kind of have this conversation, but you're such an iconic figure these days that you are. I mean, you're a humble guy, and I understand, but you are, man. I mean, there is a whole generation of skaters that see you, I think, at a level that Tony Hawk and some of these founding fathers were at, and you know, and partially, to be honest with you, it's because of the way that skateboarding has been so commercialized and it's so much in the media. But for sure, support your local skate shop. For sure, support your local skate scene. So on that note, tell us about your local scene growing up. You know, how did you get into skateboarding? What inspired you then?
Oh man, what inspired me to start skateboarding was I was in 7th grade, went to a new school, and I would walk to school, and every morning there'd be a group of kids skating out in front of the parking lot. Every day after school, I'd walk home, and they'd be skating again outside the parking lot. And I was super shy, and I would just be fascinated to watch them. So I would just stand there and watch them. And after eventually, you know, a couple months, I would, you know, came up to one of the guys, was like, hey man, you know, can I just try rolling around your board? And I, you know, try to tic-tac around and all that. And so I was hooked from then on. And for Christmas of 1996, I asked everyone just to give me some money so I can go buy my own board. And I went to my local skate shop, which happened to be directly behind my house. I would just have to hop over my backyard wall, across the street, and I'm at the skate shop. It was called Valley Skate and Surf. Shout out to Mona and Phyllis. And that was the first skate shop I ever skated for. The first skate shop I would just be there every day, skating the wax curb, being in there annoying the guys behind the counter, trying to ask them, like, how do I do this trick? Or like, what, you know, just asking them endless amounts of questions and just watching videos. I was just there all day, every day. So that's kind of what it looked like for me starting out.
So these are some questions that we had some of the members of Still Not Sponsored submit to us, as well as people posted on our Facebook wall. So this is from my boy Johnny B. What up, Johnny B?
Johnny B.
Who are the people that you look up to and why?
Well, I have different groups, people I looked up to. Like growing up in skateboarding, my top dudes was Costin, Tom Penny, Andrew Reynolds, Day One, Mark Johnson, Ronnie Krieger, and, you know, tons more. I'd have to name off 100 more. But even outside of that, growing up my whole life, always loved Michael Jordan. Never was a big basketball player, but just something about Jordan just transcends basketball, and everyone can have respect and love for him. Bruce Lee is a huge inspiration of mine. I love everything he's about.
And Bruce Lee was part of the your inspiration for the Green Label art design that you worked on with Pendleton, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I noticed that Don drew a lot of creatures and a lot of animals, and me being a huge Bruce Lee fan, he's related with the dragon. So I just asked Don if he'd ever done a dragon, if he's ever done that. He said no, he never had. He was open to the idea. So on the can here, if I can grab one, see, here's Don's interpretation of the dragon here. This little guy right here blowing out his flames and stuff like that. So that's where the inspiration of that kind of came in. That's kind of the collaboration part of it. So that's how that was.
So along with the whole idea of collaboration, when you're working with a designer or even like a film crew and a photo crew, I mean, they want to get the best shots to make you look the best, to market the products and, you know, make you look like the man. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you do as an athlete to communicate with them so you can still have the freedom to be creative when with your skating, but at the same time be a professional and get the shots that need to be had?
Yeah, well, you know, fortunately for me, I got great sponsors. Like, for instance, with Mountain Dew, we just got a new commercial that started running this weekend. And what I love about it is, since, you know, like you were saying, it's going more commercial, mainstream, but I want to at least, if I'm going to go mainstream and commercial, I want to at least portray the skateboarding that I fell in love with growing up. So Mountain Dew has given me the chance through this commercial to explain what skateboarding means to me, what, you know, the street skateboarding means to me, what it is that I fell in love with. So, you know, my whole thing is just to get across the point, the skateboarding that I love, which is just street skateboarding, just innovation, trying new things, being creative. So I just do my best to just do what I've always done, you know what I mean? And just try and be myself. And I trust, you know, that the people I'm working with they're good at their job and they're good at what they're doing. Whatever I can control as far as like what I can do, I just try and do the best I can. And till now, you know, I've been fortunate to have everything kind of work out pretty good. So that's kind of my process. It's not really over thought out, because especially coming up, all I focus on was how can I just be a better skater? How could I flip my board better? How could I grind further, longer, whatever. Like, it was never like this whole vision of like coming together. It just kind of pieced itself together like that.
So that leads me to a question that Yoshi Nurajumi posted on our Facebook wall. How did you get everything so dialed in, dude?
Well, that's the beauty of editing. When you see, you know, video parts, at least for me, when I put out a video part, I like to try stuff that's extremely hard for myself. So, you know, I may be filming for 2-3 hours. I may be messing up and falling for 2-3 hours, have to come back a couple different times till I finally land it. Now, when it comes to contests, of course, the whole idea is being consistent. So I just do things that I've come to develop as consistent as possible. So for me, it's just you know, that old saying, you know, repetition is the father of learning. You just do it over and over again. You do it until you don't even have to think about it, until it's second nature. You know what I mean? So that's kind of just the process it was for me.
Spencer Hunt, aka Enjoy Boy, on stillnotsponsored.com, has probably a question a lot of people have. Do you ever get scared?
Oh, I'm terrified all the time, man. Handrails, big stairs and gaps, of course. I'm nervous. Contests, I get butterflies in my stomach. I feel nauseous before I run or something like that, of course. Maybe it doesn't look like that. Maybe over the years I've learned how to kind of work through that. But, yeah, man, it happens to everybody. I don't care who you're talking about. They all get nervous. Everybody gets nervous. It's just a matter of mind over matter type situation. And you have to believe in yourself so that kind of counteracts the nerves, you know what I mean? Just the belief in yourself that you know you can do something kind of helps overcome that.
You have a very positive personality, man. I appreciate that. You know, repetition is the father of learning. Believe in yourself. I know you have a 2-year-old daughter thereabouts. What are the lessons that you want her to learn in life?
You know, just the simple things, man. You know, the simple things are what's really important in life. You know, just kind of like, just follow your passions, follow your heart, you know, just be the best human you can. You know, obviously we're not all perfect, but, you know, try and love everybody best you can. Just be appreciative of everything you have. Be grateful of everything you have. Fortunately, she's growing up as a privileged child, so I'm going to do my best not to make her be a spoiled child. You know, I'll do my best to, you know, make her understand that she's very fortunate in the situation she's at, and to be very grateful for that. Really, that's the type of things I want to instill in her, and you know, hopefully I do a good job at it.
Listen, I want you to watch this video a few times because he has a lot of good, not just skateboarding lessons, but life lessons. Learn from P-Rod. Don't just admire his skating. Learn about his skills so you can achieve this level someday. And if you fall short, that's all right. Just do the best you can. Believe in yourself, all right? Hey, P-Rod.
Appreciate it, brother. After voting all summer long, your final votes are in, over 1 million of them. And the winner of the first Green Label Art Shop Series is...
3, start!